Good morning. Hi everybody, my name is Chrissy and today I'm going to be giving you a prediction reading for the 10th of April. Now, I just took Penny for a little walk just now and I thought I was just strolling through the cemetery and I thought it'd be a nice place to kind of see what energies we get and if any messages kind of come through today. So I'm just going to get started and we'll just see what messages we get. For anyone new to my channel, I just let my guides channel through to you. So I'm just going to get started and we'll just see what comes up. I'm getting the message that it's happening. Now, what they're saying is that people are getting their strength. So people are getting brave now. Now, this to me is around doctors, it's around nurses, it's around conspiracy theorists. People are finding their footing now and they're starting to come forward. Now, I think what they're sort of saying to me is enough is enough. People aren't going to take this anymore. People are sick of being silenced. They're sick of everything that's gone on around the truths, and I think we all know that things are really starting to spill out, and they're kind of showing me in April that spilling of the kind of the waterfall. It's like when you have a hole in a dike, for example in Holland in the dam wall, and you pull the plug out, the water starts pouring out. But in April it feels like it's going to start really pouring out, like the whole dam wall is going to crash and things are going to pour out and the information is just going to be out there, and I really hope that happens. But that's what they're showing me, this waterfall kind of energy where it's all just pouring out and it's flowing really rapidly and it's en masse, and I feel like this is the stuff that's going to really scare people, because when you think about it, this is people are not being given the true information. So this is what's kind of happening. Like, we're all being told we're putting out misinformation and all this sort of stuff, but then suddenly that information becomes a fact. That's what's kind of starting to happen now, and it's frightening and it's scaring people. Now, this is what I'm definitely getting for April, is the information is really pouring out. Now, I'm getting also that doctors, nurses, people who have been silenced are starting to find their strength now, and they're starting to come forward, because we have to remember that they're seeing the injustice of all this. So they're seeing people who are vaccine injured. They're seeing people who have no compensation against these big pharma, I will say, and government. So there's no help for these people. And when you're trained to help people and you're in those industries of helping people, I mean, gosh, even look at mental health. Look how that's probably going at the moment. That industry is probably, I'm guessing, fairly inundated with people of all age groups. Now, this is what's happening. They can see that this has been a cruel and nasty path that people have taken, but they did not have the information to make an informed decision. So they've been actually given a lack of information, and that's what's causing these people now to really start to stand up, and they're gaining strength in numbers as well. They're actually grouping together, and I've said that before, that a lot of doctors and things are grouping together because they're wanting to get these truths out, because I think people can really see where all this is headed. If anyone looks at Shanghai, China at the moment, they're in a really bad way at the moment, and they're really things are getting quite traumatic, I would say, over there. They've got food shortages, they're all in lockdown, the whole place is in lockdown, and people are seeing this, and that's what we don't want. We did not choose that path. We did not vote our politicians and governments in to give us the life that we don't want. So we have been lied to, and I think that's what people are really waking up to, that we have been lied to. And there's also, we've got a vote coming up in May here in Australia, and it's also, well, you sort of feel like, what's the point, because we know they're all on the same agenda. So I understand if you're watching this video, it feels like a very frustrating process. I know in Canada it is for you, and France I think is going to the vote as well very soon. Just let me know down below what's happening there. But you feel like everybody's on the same page, so who do you vote for? Because is it going to make a difference? And this is why we need these informations and the truths to really start coming out now, because we've really got to get people to see it, because it's by having that strength in numbers that we can do the fight back and the pushback. I'll just see what else comes through. Or if you are in France and Paris and that, I get that Macron is very confident of himself. He feels like he has a good standing. He's very, very confident leader. As we know through a lot of this Canadian sort of process, he's been quite quiet, and see, that's the difference. That's the maturity. He knows if he sort of rides the storm, he's going to look better in the long run. So that's the maturity. He's got more maturity when it comes to it over Trudeau. As a leader, he has a different approach. He has that. He's taken the detour to keep his people on the page that he wants to keep them, basically. So I feel like Macron's very confident over there. But I think there is a vote there, and it is confusing. We just, who do you vote for? It feels like they're all on the same page going forward, and we've got no say in the agendas that they're rolling out. I'll just see what else we get today. Oh, I get Canada again. Canada, there's a lot of misinterpreting of information. So they're putting information out, but it's being misinterpreted. They're very clever at manipulation in Canada, and people are misinterpreting what their government's actually saying. So what they're really saying is a whole other story to the story, of course, that the people are getting. It's been misconstrued so that it sounds like everything's going to be great and wonderful, but as we know, they're heading down the reset road and heading down there really fast. So we need these truths to come out, and that's what I'm getting in Canada. So keep spreading, keep sharing, keep planting those seeds, because like I said, the buds, if you look at the trees, the buds on the trees are starting to come. And this is about the people that are asleep. They're starting to awaken. And they have to awaken themselves. They had to go through their challenging times first and realize that, oh my God, what have I done, in order to change. Like I said in yesterday's butterfly video, it's that coming out of the cocoon and changing into the butterfly. It's that process of, I think it's metamorphosis is the word, where we change into who we really are. So we have to allow them to do that. I know I say that repetitively, but it's very important, because if you bombard and push too much onto people, they will close off and they will retreat again into their coma. So we don't want that happening, and we also want this information out. I'll see what else is coming through. So Canada, be warned, they're very clever at manipulating people's thoughts over there. They're telling them one thing, but it's actually going to be something else. But it appears so wonderful and shiny and bright, and we know that's not the truth, because they'll always look at the advantages. Like, they'll always look at that process of well, this is going to be a better life because you're going to have this, and it's all going to be more of a shared economy, and they're going to really try and push those agendas that are going to sound great. But meanwhile, they're hiding from all the people in Canada and pretty much around the world that there's all these other hidden agendas that we know they're going to just go boom, 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 and implement everything else as well. So that's something to be really aware of as well. I'll just see what else we get. And look, if you're watching this video, I understand that you're very tired of trying to understand all this. We have found our balance, and I talked about that yesterday, but it's still very hard to understand the enormity of what is going on. And I think that's what causes us to become very exhausted, because this is such a complex plan. And obviously we know it's been in the making for a long, long time. This is not just something that they decided 6 months ago, or in 2016, I think it was, when they had their big meeting. This has been something that they have been trying to work on for a very long time. And it's almost like, to me, that we're sitting at a taxi rank. So it's like we're sitting at a taxi rank, but there's no taxis to take us there. So it's like we're waiting for something to happen and for something to shift, but there's nothing changing quite yet. But this is where I explained to you that they will pull back, and because we're the ones that have been stopping them from rolling out their agenda. So we're kind of sitting now at the taxi rank waiting for a cab. I think they call them Ubers now. I'm a little bit out of touch. A lot of people call them Ubers. And they're waiting for a taxi or an Uber to pull up to sort of take us to that next part of the journey and the destination. So we're a bit bewildered as well as to, well, is this really real? Is this really happening? I'm feeling stupid. I'm sitting here on the taxi rank, like waiting for something to happen, and nothing's really happening. And now I'm sitting here by myself looking stupid, but you're not looking stupid. You have to know that the taxis and the Ubers are coming. They're coming. You just have to have a little bit more patience. You know, it's like when you are waiting for a cab late at night, if you've been out or something and you're waiting for a cab and your legs are tired and you're feeling really weary and all you want to do is go home to your bed. Well, that's how we're feeling at the moment. We want some movement and we want some clarity in what's actually happening. And look, trust me, the taxis and the Ubers are coming. So stay sitting on that seat, stay really patient, remain really stable. Living in the now, sit on that bench. If you look up Eckhart Tolle, he teaches you to do it all the time. Just sit on a park bench and just chill out and enjoy your environment while you're waiting for the taxis and the Ubers to sort of take us to the next stage of this journey. That's definitely what the guides are giving me today. I'll see if there's any last messages as well. So stay sitting and living in the now and being very patient. And I'm really getting today that you've got this. Just hang on. You have got this. You're a collective movement that is really growing and growing and growing, and we've overcome an enormous amount of hurdles, but we are moving forward and things are going to switch. I'm not saying they're necessarily going to switch in our favor, but we don't really care about that. We care about waking people up. We just care about the truth. We care about the honesty, and we care about the sincerity. And we want people to know that they're being harmed by what is currently going on in their lives. That's our main goal. So that's the message from the guides, is you have to stay strong, because as a collective you have a lot more strength. Sometimes it's nice to sit on that bench and wait for the cab and be on your own, but it's also good to know that when that cab comes or that Uber, that you're being taken to a destination where there's a lot of people just like you fighting for the same future and the same rights that we all deserve, and that we all have a right and it should have a say in. So that's what I want you to leave in your mind today, is that the taxis and the Ubers are coming, and they're going to take us and they're going to cause a lot of movement, and they're going to take everybody to that same location, which is we'll get that inner resolve, we'll find more happiness, we'll feel joy because things are coming out, and we're going to feel a lot more positivity moving forward, because we chose a different path and a different life, and there's no looking back now. We're not going backwards anymore. The message from the guides today here at the cemetery is to go forwards, keep moving forwards. There's no turning back. I already told you the other day our old lives are gone, but wow, maybe the new life's going to be even bigger, better and brighter. Or what's that silly saying of the reset? Building back better. Well, we don't have to build back better. We can actually create our own life, and we can make it better. So look, thanks heaps for watching today. That's just a little something from me today. I hope you're all keeping well. I love it when you comment down below and let me know what's happening where you're living. And I'll say goodbye from Australia. Take care, everybody. Have a great day. I'm going to continue on my walk with Penny, and I'll see you in that next video. Take care, everyone. Bye.